Next, we're going to do the Rita Petal. Now, there is two ways to do the Rita Petal. There is a really easy way, especially if you're using, I'm going to use poly again. It seems to show up better on the camera. If you're using multicolors and you've seen Rita McNally Prue's flowers, that they look like a pinwheel, and she uses 3 different colors or 4 different colors all the time, and she keeps them going the same way. I'm going to show you first what the Rita flower or petal is full. Okay, so what you're going to do, again, 10 by 10, turn your mesh facing up towards you, so the curl is up, put it in a diamond, go from corner down to corner, again, making sure your edges are nice and even. This is a flower you would probably, or a petal you would probably want to, anything that shows the raw edge, you would probably want to heat seal or wood burn. Okay, that prevents the mesh from fraying any further. So the little strings that you see coming off, that's what we call fray. And what the burning does is kind of melts the ends, so it prevents further fray. Now, it doesn't totally eradicate it, but it definitely makes a big, big difference. So there's a lot of petals that we don't even bother wood burning because you don't see the raw edge. But there's some, like the first 3 that we did, that you probably would want to heat seal. Okay, so we want from corner to corner. Okay, just like that, into a triangle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrunch from the corner here right up the center. So, and I always, when I scrunch, I always make sure the corner, or my starting point, is always facing down towards the table. And you're going to scrunch just like this between your fingers, making an accordion. Now, you don't want to do this on a tablecloth or anything underneath because you'll start gathering your tablecloth, obviously. So do it on a flat surface. Okay, and what you get is this kind of wing looking thing. And then when you flip it up, this is one of my favorite petals. This is what you get. Okay, very, very easy. It's beautiful, makes a beautiful flower. You can do it in any color. And this is the full Rita Petal. Okay, and then what you would do is you would take the edge, the rounded piece, and just slide it into your zip tie. Again, only about a ½ inch in, pull tight, and then you just fix your petal. Okay, that is such a very pretty petal. Now, if you're doing multiple colors for the Rita flower or this petal, what people do and what Rita does is she cuts, so these 2 petals are each its own entity, meaning she puts little zip ties on the bottom, so on the bottom of each petal, and then she'll cut in between and make it 2 separate petals. For me, I like to save zip ties, and my little elastics come in handy to make this petal. So if I was doing this, and then I'll do it in an orange as well, so you guys can see what I'm talking about as doing 2 different colors, or 3 different colors, or 4 different colors. You just do a pattern. What I like to do is I'll put a clothespin on one side and another clothespin on the other side, and I always have clothespins handy. Everybody knows that. Okay, so this is where Rita will put zip ties, where I've put my clothespins. I'm going to take 2 elastic bands. They're much cheaper than clothespins. And I'm going to cut right in the middle here. If my scissors were sharper. There, now we have 2 separate petals. Okay, I'm going to do the same Actually, I'll put the elastic. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these little elastic bands and I'm just going to put it around the bottom of this petal. And there we go. So now I can put it to the side and use it when I need it. And this is called pre-making your petals. So with these little elastic bands, you can pre-make all your petals. And I do this a lot. I will sit in my recliner and pre-make all my petals for the flower I'm going to make. Throw them into a grocery bag or a box or something. And then preload my board. And then I sit again in my recliner and I put all the petals in. So I actually make my flower right on my lap, usually watching TV or a movie or something. Okay, so we have 2 petals now. I'm going to do the same thing with this orange. Again, we are going to bring this down. Now, I did not heat seal this deco mesh. I just cut it with my rotary cutter. So you will see some fray. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to scrunch right up the center, just like that. So, again, we have that full Rita petal, and you can see all the fray starting because I didn't heat seal it. There's that full petal, and you could just stick it right in like this. I actually did a denim country sunflower with this petal. It looks stunning. However, if you want to do the separate one so you can make a pattern with these petals, again, you're going to put your clothespins just like that. Get your scissors and you're going to snip in between. Just like that again, and take your elastic, put it around the bottom, just like that, and you have your pre-made flower or petal. We'll do the same for the other one. Stuck on my finger. All right. So we got 2 orange and 2 yellow. Now you just got to figure out when you're putting them in. Now you will have to, I'm not going to do the flower right now, but there is tutorials on our YouTube channel of how to do the whole Rita flower. You do have to use quite a bit of zip ties, so you have to use, and it also depends how full you want it. You do have to use like from here to here. On row 2, you can get away with just putting 2 petals into 1 zip tie. So what I will do, I'll do these 2 so you can see the effect. And you just keep a pattern going. And you have to make sure, see this curved part? The curved part has to be going the same way for all of them. So you put, I'm going to say I'm going to do orange and then yellow. So I'm going to put an orange and then I'm going to put a yellow. Zip it up. See how they're both going the same way? All right, and then again on this one, I'm going to do an orange, make sure it's going the same way, and then a yellow. And zip it up. Look how pretty. And then you can move them around a bit. And you would do this for the whole flower. Again, like I said, from here to here, if you don't want to drill holes, you can watch the tutorial, but from here to here, I put a zip tie. And when I put the 2 pieces, I actually go over the 2 pieces with hot glue to make sure it doesn't come out of the zip tie. So that is the full and half Rita petal. Okay, very easy. One of my favorites. Comes out so pretty, but you do have to heat seal your mesh to get the best results. Okay? All right, so